Hey, we always live Elvis.
Hey, Memphis Mafia Kid and
And Teresa.
Invisible again. She's not up here. She's with us.
Today.
Just hid. Hey, y'all. First of all, start out today. I want to send prayers out, and all of y'all send prayers out, please, for all the ones that's been affected by these storms, and it's been seems like from one side of the country to the other. Me and Teresa's fine. We really so far haven't had any major storms. However, Mama and Daddy and Danielle did. They're fine, but very, very close in the part of area they live in. There was some damage from a tornado. Like I said, their houses were not affected, but y'all, it's gonna be another couple days all the way through Sunday. So, like we always say, y'all stay safe, stay prepared, watch your local weather, watch, like we've said before, and we don't even know the guy except for just watching him. But Ryan Hall, y'all, is a good YouTuber, and his clan is on top of things. So some of you didn't know about that, maybe want to watch him, but stay alert and stay attention to it.
Everyone in our prayers for that.
Outside that, y'all, I'm just being hobo MMK today. Need to shave, and Teresa's just worked me so much these last few days. I haven't been able to do a darn thing.
Well, I'm behind the camera because I'm burning up because our air's not working right.
Yeah. Of all days, it's 87 degrees today, and we're having problems with our air. So, got to get that looked at. Y'all know, one thing after another.
Yeah.
But Teresa's got some birthday shout-outs that we get started with, and then we got some really great questions
And
today.
I have some more birthdays that I'll do tomorrow. But, okay, happy birthday, April Madden, Zova Zakova, Richard, Lisa and her grandson Danny, Gail Ryan, Bobby Parker Jr., and Pamela. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody. All right, Teresa, might as well kick in and get in these questions. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready.
Some good ones. Okay.
Teresa's ready.
I'm ready. Debbie Durlick, when is y'all's anniversary date?
I know what it is.
I do too. April 21st.
April 21st, that's right. We've told it before. There was actually one time when we both did it to each other, and we ended up both being wrong. We had to go pull a marriage license, but it is. It's actually April 21st.
Well, we had set a certain day, and then you couldn't wait, and we did it a week early. So that's.
I couldn't wait.
Yes.
No.
You're like, let's just do it this weekend.
No, I don't remember it that way.
Right.
You begged me from the time I proposed to you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And also, some have asked when my birthday is. Mine is next month, May 17th.
May 17th.
That's my birthday.
Ornery Day.
Yep. Bullish Day.
Yeah.
Okay, G of 2176. Did Elvis ever have a motorcycle accident?
Well, we all know that. He had a bad motorcycle wreck in Roustabout. No. Outside that one, that's the only one that I know about, and I asked Mom and Daddy about that one, and no, he never had any type of motor, that would be considered an accident like that.
All right, Southern Girl 9. Was the pool at Graceland heated?
It was not. Now, I'm sure a lot of you ladies will say when Elvis was in it, it was heated, but it was not actually heated.
Okay. Peter White. Danny, were you there when they brought the Lisa Marie to Graceland?
I was not. I later seen it on TV, but I didn't actually was not there to see it. I know they had a time with it. They had to take the wings off of it and bring it down, bring it through, and but hopefully it's in its final resting place of where it needs to be.
Okay. One Debbie, or I Debbie. Did Elvis ever fly a helicopter?
Once again, only in the movies. No, he never actually, and that's the way that I took the question. Did he actually pilot or fly a helicopter? I think there was rumor going around, and no, he did not. Not that any of us is aware of. And but like I said, in the movies he did. And he flew on some helicopters. We all know that. But as far as flying it himself, no.
All right. Linda Archer, do you think Elvis wanted to marry Ann-Margret?
I think they both did and didn't. We've talked about that. They were definitely had a relationship and were definitely in love and was crazy about one another. Timing, careers,
Personalities, maybe. They
their personalities.
Well, what I mean is they were both big stars, and
Yeah. Well,
that
the
part.
career. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot had to play in there, but I think if some of the circumstances would have been different, I think it would have been very, very possible. Very possible. Although I have said, and they didn't, so it goes kind of to prove what I said, and Elvis never and maybe that's why, Elvis just couldn't, he didn't need to be married. I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, and he never remarried, as we all know, and so, that could play about, as far as wanting to or thought about it, I don't know about marriage, but I think they both would have liked to have a long lasting relationship, and it just...
Don't you think he probably would have wanted her to give up her career so she could be with him all the time? Because that's kind of how I feel.
It's possible. But then again, they had that, and they both had their careers, and neither one of them, they both, I think, knew neither one was going to give up their careers. Yeah. I mean, they were both, at the top.
Right.
So, I mean, there was a lot of things in there. But did the thought ever cross their mind, or did they think about it? I would think sure, but yeah. Then again, that goes back to one of them. That's only our opinion. That goes back to something only Elvis and Ann-Margret could answer. So
yeah. All right.
Great question, by the way.
It was. Kath H5W9N. Any memory when Billy was working at Graceland in the 80s and when the fans were gathering in Memphis on August 16th and January 8th?
Oh yes, there's we talked about some of that the other day, and I did talk more about Elvis Week rather than the birth date, which once again goes back to the fans, and there I seen a lot of the comments, and there were some, and the candlelight vigil, was started by a fan club, which again goes back to what I said, fans. But as far as what I was trying to say, as far as the Elvis Week, getting started, it went out over the weekend. Of course, yes, there was a candlelight vigil, and it lasted that part of the Elvis Week during that time started out and lasted over a long weekend, and then grew into what it is today. And of course, the birth date. But yeah, I have so many memories of that. And then as far as Daddy, working for Graceland, yes, and I actually worked for Graceland during some of the same time he worked there. Daddy was supervisor of the tour guides, and helped did the tours and any other things that and not to really get into it. It kind of edges me, y'all. I've talked about it before, but I don't mind saying it. The way I feel, used my daddy. He found things for him that none of them probably would have ever found. Even told them, stuff about stuff that none of them even knew anything about. Helped the Smithsonian and then got it all set up, and then, wanted to do things pretty much their way, which, hey, it's fine, they owned it. He was not going to do it that way, and so they basically fired him, let him go, or whatever you want to say, and I basically pretty much quit and told him to jam it. So, but yeah, those I've got memories and will always have memories of my whole life, but especially y'all seen the other day, talking about Elvis Week and the birth date. That's probably the greatest 2 times of year outside Christmas and being with my own family that I look forward to and really, really enjoying, Teresa. And we like I said, y'all, we've been talking about, cannot wait. It's actually going to start in Tupelo. When we are going to be in Tupelo, as it gets a little closer in June, we'll let you know where we're going to be exactly. Like I said, we're going to set up somewhere one day with our merchandise, and then maybe another day or two, just try to get out between the birthplace and different places and get to meet, greet, and hug and whatever else we want to do with all you that we love.
All right, this is the last question from Janice Smith. Do you think that Priscilla was pregnant?
Here we go.
Being the reason Elvis married her.
Y'all, once again, great, before I even get into this, great question. It's kind of come up
a lot.
A few times. But my answer is definitely yes.
Well, look at her.
I think she was. I think she was pregnant.
Her wedding dress looked like
I
a
think
maternity dress.
I'll always believe, like I said, that it is pretty much known, from what other people has talked about, from all I've ever heard and seen, he just, once again, I don't think Elvis Presley really ever wanted to be married to anybody.
And that wedding was pretty rough.
My opinion, yes. I think he was pressured, and I think she was pregnant before they got married. Just like I said, my opinion, but that's what I believe. As I've told y'all a lot of other stuff that I believe.
You and your mom and daddy talk about those times.
Yeah, and along with a lot of other things that's said, and we've talked about them. That it is what it is, y'all. But that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Trace, quit making faces at me.
I'm not making faces at you.
Well, then what is that then?
Well, I was nodding my head.
Oh, okay. Nodding her head, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey, appreciate all the questions. Please keep sending them in. We love them, and we're gonna do them and pop in stories. Like I said, we're really getting a great start to this year.
And I haven't forgot about putting our wedding pictures on. I'm waiting a little closer to our anniversary.
You forgot already?
No, I haven't forgotten. They're just not on my computer. They're actually old-fashioned printed out, so I'll have to get them.
And y'all, too, don't get all excited. Like I said, I don't know if we said or not. I think we did. We didn't have a big church wedding.
No,
we didn't get real dressed up. Teresa did have a pretty dress on. I thought it was pretty.
Well, we had one person say at the courthouse we looked like we were going to the prom.
Yeah. And we did. We went to our prom, but Teresa will get them out to you. But yes, y'all, as I was saying, please keep sending those questions. Send your comments, and we just can't thank y'all enough for supporting us. Y'all, please be safe. Watch this weather, and we'll have another video coming out to you, I'm sure, tomorrow. And what do we always say? We always live Elvis.